Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening. This is Tim Stafford with PIC Radio right here on Blog Talk Radio, the Blog Talk Radio Network. And it is Monday, the 20th of May, 6 p.m. Eastern, and another great show from the PIC Radio Network with our illustrious host, Sunil Tulsiani. We are so excited. Today we have so much going on, and I'm just really excited to be on the air with my good friend Sunil. And Sunil, you sent me this quote right before we went on the air from Oprah Winfrey, and it says, surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you higher. And that's really that's really kind of, in a nutshell, what PIC is all about, isn't it?
Yes. Well, thank you for having me on the radio. First of all, I'm very excited to have Shahzad Ahmed, who's going to come along and he's going to share some inside secrets. But yes, absolutely. The idea it has been always with PIC Family, PIC, which stands for Private Investment Club, is to really surround yourself with like-minded people, and even better than that, maybe surround yourself with people that have done a lot better than you have, so you can use them as your coaches or mentors or inspiration. So if somebody says to you, you can't do it, you look at people who have done it, and you say, well, if they have done it, why can't I? So absolutely, and Oprah being one of my sort of unofficial mentor, it was actually always my dream to see her, and which I did actually 3 weeks ago, I went to see her live, and it's just an amazing energy she has. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, the idea with PIC is just that, like you said. I mean, it's just that you want other people to lift you up. So this is a great way to live your life, whether you want to be successful in real estate or be happy or just basically be successful in any area of your life.
Right, and that's really one of the benefits of being a PIC member. I mean, you have this family that you get they're really set up to really help you. It's not just a matter of a bunch of people who are trying to make money. Now, you can find that anywhere. But what makes the Private Investment Club, what makes it interesting is that it's people who really care about. I mean, Shahzad is a good example. Our guest last week was an example. You are an example. It's always about trying to get people, undergird them, build them up, and say, hey, you know what, you can do something with your life that's significant, and you can dream big dreams, and we can help you get there. And real estate investing is just a piece of the puzzle for you that's going to be able to give you the scaffolding to be able to do whatever you want to do from there. And I just think that is a real plus to being a PIC member for me.
Absolutely. Well, another thing is we want to make sure that we're attracting the right people. I mean, the biggest thing that we want to do is we want to attract the people who not only want to become financially free or have a lot of money, but also that they're really deep down good people. They want to do well for themselves and their families and the world, and they want to do something, and they want to help out. They want to donate. They're just great people. In fact, in PIC Family, when people do apply for PIC memberships, that's one of the criteria that they have to be good people. So it's by application. That's why we made the membership by application only, because we do want to surround ourselves with good people first, and then those good people want to become successful or financially free. That's the big point. I mean, I was just telling you just before we started offline that over the weekend, my wife, my 2 kids, we went down to the London area on a beach with my brother Ravinder, his wife Lena, and their 2 kids. And we were down there, and our son, Dave, he just recently got his driver's license, learner's license, but he's really, really excited to drive us all over the place, even to grocery shops. He's really happy to drive us. He gets to drive. The restriction he has is that he has to have a fully fledged driver, person who has a G license or the normal license. He has to have that person sit beside him. So he's really excited to take the whole family. So we go on a beach, and it was very busy, and there's this parking lot that has this loose sand. I guess they must have put in, let's say, 2 or 3 feet of loose sand on this parking lot for whatever reason. And my son drove in, and then we get stuck in the middle of the sort of the drive portion of the parking lot, and our tire dig in, and another car comes along, that gets dig in. There's a third car comes along, that car. So now we're stuck trying to push this car. And the idea was that we were there. It's a smaller town. So we met kind of 3 type of people. The first were, people who kind of looked at us and then just kept going. They just kind of looked at it and sort of left. And then the second type of people were they came in and they tried to push the car with us and then just offer some sort of help, and they left. And the third type of person that I was really glad that showed up is this gentleman showed up with his pickup truck and came in, decided that he's going to help, got his chain out, and he helped all 3 of us get out of that sand. And we were waiting there for about 45 minutes. And so in 45 minutes, we had a gentleman who came out and helped us pull out from this sort of sinking sand where our car was sinking into. And so the moral of the story is that, I offered this gentleman money when we were done. I said, look, what do we owe you? You've been here for like 15, 20 minutes. And he says, you know what? Nothing. I just love helping people. And that's really what we try to do at PIC, is to help people at the end of the day. Just want good people who are going to do something when they see someone else in need of help. So it's not all about money.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely. But I do want to talk about PIC membership because I did get some emails asking me about, what is PIC, and we keep saying PIC, which is PIC, and which stands for Private Investment Club. And the benefit is very simple. We have complimentary real estate education and courses, because the first thing you want to do is you want to have some knowledge. So we do have that. And these complimentary education courses include DVDs, books, CDs, and things like that. But in addition to that, there are 4 those 4 live events also are included, and you get access to joint venture partners, access to money-making investment opportunities, and some expert all that stuff. And what I want to tell you is that a lot of people talk about the tools of investing in real estate. So we have, as bonus, confidential sample agreements, insider sample scripts, money-raising sample investors package, and DVD, real estate investing DVD. What I also do is I actually give them 3 of my books, hard cover books. These are not online ones. One would be the Cash Cow Properties. This is for somebody who wants to learn how to buy properties that produce positive cash flow. And the second one is Make Big Bucks with Discounted Properties. So this is for people who want to buy properties below market value in North America, in fact, across the world. And the third one is the hardcover copy of Success Secret with Jack Canfield, and this book would be autographed for my members. And lastly, I also include a current list of hard money lenders that will lend in the USA for the good properties that you have. So a lot of people may not have the money, but we're going to give you the list of people who have money so you can do joint venture. And one of the mega bonuses that I add is the fact is, it doesn't matter where you're in the world, you will get 2 one-on-one mentoring sessions with me personally. Now, this is not going to go on forever. but until I can, I'm going to include this as part of the membership. And the cost of membership, annual membership, is only $700 for the whole year. And like I said, it is by invitation only. So I just wanted to bring that out, that our membership is a paid membership, but we do give you thousands and thousands of dollars worth of benefits right up front. And there's absolutely nothing to worry because we have 100% money-back guarantee. So I just want to bring that out right from the beginning.
Yeah, I think that's great because I think people need to understand what their commitment is, but your commitment is so much greater than their initial investment. I mean, your commitment to them, to see them through the success and offer them these resources, this is well worth it. You know, the first property you buy and you either sell it or whether you use it as a passive income stream or however you're going to do it, it's going to well pay for that $700 for that year's worth of membership. And so, but I think even from the beginning here, Sunil, you've been saying that your goal is to find the right people and to make them successful. And by being a PIC member, a member of the Private Investment Club, that is what we can give you all the benefits and we can list all that stuff, and it's all great. I mean, it's all valuable. But the most value is that you have people who are in your corner. You have people that are in your corner.
Absolutely, and one of the things that we have timely that right now, as we talked about last time, is one of my sort of unofficial mentor, Mr. Robert G. Allen, is the real estate guru from 1990, whose training I took when I left the police force, real estate training I took, and then after that I bought these 77 properties. We're fortunate enough to bring him to Toronto. And anybody who becomes a member of our club with a $700 membership fee, they get access to two $1,000 tickets, live event tickets, which is a 3-day event ticket, to see Robert Allen for 2 days, and to see me for 3 days. So it is a 3-day event with Robert Allen being there for 2 days, and the third day is a bonus day. So we're going to offer that 2 free tickets to anybody who becomes a member or person whose membership is expiring and they want to renew it. They'll get $2,000 worth of tickets. So this is something that I wanted to bring out. This is a place to be if you want to network with the right people, connect with the right people. And we even have a way for people who want to, for instance, have lunch with Robert Allen and build relationship with him, even have photographs with him, things like that. But for that, you just simply have to contact Janet at the office, which, Tim, you're going to put the email address and the phone number at this Blog Talk Radio site anyways, correct?
That is right. So they will be able to click right through to that, or they can call. I'll put the phone number up there for them. No problem.
Sounds good. Okay, so should we bring Shahzad? What do you think? Maybe tell them a little bit about Shahzad Ahmed.
Yeah, well, you know what? Shahzad began his professional career as an associated mechanical engineer, and he was working in the automotive industry for over 20 years, doing quality assurance, and it took him all over the world, places like Japan and the Philippines and Pakistan, here in the U.S., and he ultimately ended up in Canada, and he just decided he wanted to become an entrepreneur, and so he left his former career, and he became a real estate broker, and he's become very successful, and he has a real passion for this profession, and he's just built an entrepreneurial, he built a business based on that entrepreneurial spirit, and he also shares, Sunil, he shares your passion to help others, and so it's our honor to have Shahzad Ahmed with us today, and Shahzad, welcome to the PIC Radio Show.
Oh, thank you, Tim. Thank you for having me.
We're grateful to you to be here, and you said that you have 3 basic principles in your real estate work: honesty, integrity, and professionalism. And tell us, why are those 3 things the most important to you when you're building this business that you've been building? What made you land on those 3 things?
Tim, as you mentioned that I have been a mechanical engineer. I have worked for the automotive industry. I have been into different countries. And while I was going through all that, I have met, I would say, hundreds of different people. And all I know, when you're meeting with someone, and if you feel the person is genuine, you are automatically connected with that person right away. And the most important thing that basically by gesture, the body language and the eyes and everything, when you meet with person, you know this is the person that you want to work with or even talk with. So when I went to this real estate business, I have decided if you want to help someone, you help with real intention rather than just making the money. As Sunil mentioned, money, everyone needs money, and money is important in your life. But I would say if you keep relation at number one, money will follow automatically. So when you develop relation, money will follow. And how would you develop your relation is by giving them the value, by keeping your words, and if you package all these things, it's going to come into honesty, integrity, and professionalism. Basically, what you're saying, you're delivering it, and delivering in a professional way.
Cool.
Yeah,
very good.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Sunil.
Oh, okay, no problem. I can just tell you that I've dealt with so many hundreds and hundreds of real estate agents, and Shahzad is definitely he sets himself completely apart. He's a person who sometimes cares too much for his clients, and sometimes I can see that people even take advantage of him. He is a very, very nice person. That's the bottom line. That's why he runs the exclusive investment realty side of our company. And so I want to be upfront with everybody here that Shahzad started out as a real estate investor and then went all the way and became my partner in the company called Exclusive Investment Realty, because there were a lot of people who said, we can't find a real estate agent that works with, let's say, investors or somebody who's different who will go beyond what a normal real estate agent would do. For instance, in Toronto, we have about 37,000 people, agents, Shahzad?
Yeah, approximately 37,000 a few months ago, so it could be more now.
Yeah. 37,000 people and what real estate agents and to find the right person, the right real estate agent who can actually help you get your property, let's say, at a good price, or be extremely upfront with you, and also people who want to buy their first investment property that produce cash flow or below market value properties. Very rarely would you find real estate agents who want to put all this time, and Shahzad is definitely one of those agents. And so he went from being a real estate investor to becoming my right-hand man in regards to owning or working with me and being the top guy at the Exclusive Investment Realty. I have him because first of all, he's a great person. That's the bottom line. But let's talk about Shahzad. Let's talk about this. How about you tell me about your success? Tell me if somebody wants to become successful in real estate, if they want to work part-time or full-time, just give us one or two nuggets that would really help somebody to take action or do something towards their financial freedom.
Sunil, I have learned in a hard way, actually. I was working in the automotive industry, and I wanted to become an entrepreneur. And in order to pursue my passion, I have gone through different businesses, actually. I mean, from dollar store to pizza store, the mortgage business, and in the internet business. But, it took me a while before I came to know that my passion was something else. And I spent almost 8 or 9 years from 2001 till 2009 to do all these experiments. But finally I came to know there are two major things, basically. Number one, we should be doing what we love for. I mean, whatever you love, you just do that, and money will come. Secondly, you have to have the right guidance. So everyone feels, including myself, I used to think that I know everything. But you know what? That's not true. everyone must have their coach or trainer or mentor, because what a coach or mentor does is to basically guide you in the right direction and show you what exactly needs to be done, and he is basically accountable. So you are accountable to him or her, and you're going to basically is going to give you some goals to follow and directions to follow, and then you do that. Otherwise, you'll be, you have to have answers. So I would like to mention this thing to everyone. I'm proud to say that Sunil is my mentor, and he's my coach. And when I met with Sunil and we went through, actually I personally went through a training with him, there I found out that, I know like almost nothing. And that was the basically turning point. So my one nugget to everyone on this call or whoever is listening is go and find a good coach and a mentor, and that will change your life.
Perfect. Thank you. Can you tell me did you have any fears, or if one has a fear of starting, which through our trainings we know that that's number one reason why people don't become wealthy. There's certain fears. Can you point some of the fears that you may have had or you had, and how you overcame that or those?
Well, Sunil, I believe that most of people will agree that their number one fear is, what if I lose my job? What is going to happen? How I'm going to run my family? Who is going to take care of my kids? So basically, people have that fear all the time, and they will be sticking to the job or whatever they are doing, even they hate it every day. And as we have all seen that Friday everyone is happy, and Sunday night everyone is, is just so in a bad mood because they have to go to work. So if they're not happy, they will be doing this. But unfortunately, they cannot leave the job because they have that fear that what if I lose the job, or what if I fail in this thing and that thing. And now I'm going back to my first point. What I said, once you have a coach or a mentor, he will guide you in a way that you have to go through this process. And one of the best process, or one of the things that I went through, was the personal development courses. So I'm not sure if people have thorough knowledge about these courses. These are the things that will change your mind. Like, it will completely change your thinking process. It will completely change your mind, the way you think. And once you go through the courses, the fear will automatically go away. You have to be confident in order to do anything in your life. I mean, you know what? You have to come out from your comfortable zone. You have to come out of your comfortable zone in order to be successful in your life. And this will come through going through these personal development courses. You can read books, good books. You can listen to the CDs, and before you even know, you will change automatically, and you will know how it happened.
I'm going to ask you questions, and then I want to remind everybody that this is a raw radio interview. It's not scripted. It's not anything like that. So I'm just going to ask you the questions, and if you remember, that's great. Can you give me a few of the personal growth books or trainings or things that you have done, other than at PIC? Of course, you're very involved in growing at PIC and all that. But other than Private Investment Club, are there any courses that you recommend or courses that you took that had impact on you?
The first, I would say the first 2-3 books came on top of my mind would be, one of the book was Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. One of the book I read was Secret of the Millionaire Mind, T. Harv Eker. And one of the best, actually, I would say, book, and I have the CD, and often I hear in my car, is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. One of the best books and CDs, basically.
Perfect. Was there a training, boot camp, or anything that you've taken that had an impact on you, or person you met, or anything like that other than Private Investment Club?
Well, I have gone to Tony Robbins training. I'm not including any PIC training, but otherwise I must say that that was the first training I went to, and Sunil, in your courses. But then from there, I've gone to Tony Robbins courses, and unfortunately, I did not have the opportunity to go to Oprah. But recently, I went to see Deepak Chopra in Toronto. That was great.
Excellent. Okay, so tell us, since obviously this is going around the world, this interview is going to be heard by people around the world, but since you're in the GTA or Greater Toronto area, give us some of the areas that you think people should either live for themselves if they're looking for residential property, and people who want to invest or buy properties to make profits. So give us some areas that are great to invest in or live in.
Sunil, in real estate, there is no area where you cannot live or you can live all the time. Basically, here is the thing I always tell my clients. So you decide to live in Mississauga or Markham or Brampton or Toronto or Etobicoke. Every single area will have some good areas and some not so good areas, basically. And therefore, you must know where you're going to live. So, for example, if you will have an idea where do you want to live. You want to live in Mississauga, you want to live in Markham, or Scarborough, or Toronto, wherever you want to live. Your basically agent should be able to tell you which spots or which pockets or which areas within that city is good to live in, or the higher growth of that area. So it varies, and just naming one or two cities to live in or invest in would be unfair, basically, at this point. Similarly, when it comes to investment, I tell my investors or investment is all about numbers. So I really don't care about where the property is as long as it makes sense in terms of numbers. How much am I making? What is the cash flow? My return on investment, which we usually call ROI, is it greater than like 15, 18, 20%? And this is, sometimes people cannot believe that they may be able to get over 20%, even 25% ROI on their investment, because people are not used to it. So obviously the location and the neighborhood will be considered before taking an investment property, but it's all about numbers.
Okay, fair enough. Let's talk about this way. Are there certain if I'm a real estate investor and want to buy properties right now in the in Greater Toronto area, what areas or what kind of areas, maybe not even naming the areas, but what kind of areas or things that you should avoid, something that you should not, invest, even if they give you 15%, 18% return? Are there certain areas or certain type of areas that you should avoid completely?
Well, I would say that I'm not definitely investing in the areas which are known are troubled areas in the city.
Yes.
Because you may have cheaper properties there, but then you know what? You will have problems because you are going to attract people who would like to live in that area, and since you know those troubled neighborhoods, you're going to have the same results. So I would rather go for a property which is higher in price but in better neighborhood, and which will in return give you a good profit.
Okay, so basically, would you say some of the rundowns, gang-related areas may not be the best places to invest?
That is so true.
Okay, sounds good. All right, let's talk about this one. If you're going to invest, or if I'm looking for a great real estate agent and I don't know who Shahzad is, or if I'm looking for a great real estate agent, how do I know a real estate agent? How do I find a good real estate agent, and how do I evaluate a good